I just came across a post that a man made where he was saying that 85% of women are no longer interested in dating.
More and more women are choosing to remain single. They are choosing to completely check out of dating men, marrying men, or entertaining men, period. And that peace that they get from not having to just prioritize a man and that man's feeling, that they can now focus on themselves, their career, what they want for themselves. Let's get right into it.
I just came across a post that a man made where he was saying that 85% of women are no longer interested in dating. And he was asking women to comment and, explain like, why is that? And there was some good comments in there, but one in particular caught my attention because, this lady said, well, men were taught strategy and women were taught romance. And I was just like, ding, 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 ding. Because that's so true, right? And I feel like men are always kind of like acting out of self-interest. And I think that women have like that romance bubble has almost burst. And now we are also acting on our own self-interest. And I think that we are starting to find that a lot of our self-interests actually don't align with men. Like they just don't. And it's just, I don't know. It's nice to just have peace. You know what I mean? Like,
the report shows that by 2030, 45% of working women ages 25 to 45 will be non-married, no kids, and you might say, well, what's wrong with that? If you think that you're going to be 45 years old, no kids, not married, and that you're going to genuinely be fulfilled in life because you made money.
So who's going to tell them? Who's going to tell them that a lot more women are embracing the rich auntie lifestyle because they're tired of men and their weaponized incompetence? I know some men think that it should be the honor of your life to marry them and take care of them like a child, cook for them, clean for them, do the laundry, all of that, take care of them and their offspring. That's the honor of your life. That's the reason you were created. Like now your life has meaning. It's all projection. They're the ones who are afraid of growing old and dying alone. But they'll try to tell you that, no, that's what you're afraid of. How could you possibly be happy with all that money? To travel, to see the world with? It's not like as a single woman, she still couldn't entertain a man if she wants. She doesn't have to marry one. She doesn't have to have a kid with one. She can just entertain one, go on some random dates if that's what she wants. Like, we realize that with the marriage comes a lot of responsibility for her. She is expected to do so much. And a lot of these women these days would rather take on 100% of the financial responsibility, 100% of the domestic skills in a house, rather than do it for you and get nothing in return for it because you still want her to pay bills. So she's single in her 30s or 40s, unmarried, child-free, with lots and lots of money to do whatever she wants to do with, nobody to answer to, no responsibilities to anyone except herself. It kind of sounds like you're threatening these women with a good time to me.
And society and this may know that that is actually a good time for women. Being single, remaining single, focusing on yourself, having your money, having your own career, not having to deal with pleasing a man, raising a family. It is actually a good time for single women. But they don't want us to know that society cannot sustain itself if women decide that, oh, we're going to be selfish and focus on ourselves and focus on our careers and just forgo marriage and children. Society need women to believe that we're going to be miserable and bitter if we're single. Because if more women see that they can be happy and fulfilled without having a man or a family, more women are going to actually opt for that option. And society cannot sustain itself if more women are selfish, if more women decide that, oh, we're not going to have families. Society needs us to bet the next generation of workers and of consumers. And we are not going to be able to bet those people if we do not marry and have children.
This is the first time in history where the birth rates have dropped and women don't want to get married anymore. But this is also the first time in history where women no longer financially need to depend on a man. Statistically speaking, girls outperform boys. There are far more women with advanced educational degrees than there are men now. Even with the unequal wage gap, women are still figuring out ways to make more money than men. Before, men could use money to attract women, but it's more than that now, because now we're all on an equal playing field. We don't actually need you for income. We need to know that you're a good person. We need to know that you are self-sufficient, that you are kind, you are emotionally intelligent, that you've gone to therapy, that you have a personality. You have hobbies, you have things that make you interesting. What you come to realize is that men have focused so much on the exterior of the things that they can own that they've done no work on the inside. So regardless if you are deemed an attractive male in the society with the financial income, if you suck on the inside, no matter what you have on the exterior, doesn't make you a better person internally. And there have been scientific studies that men live longer and live healthier lives when married, whereas women, we gain no benefits. And so really in a partnership, women should really be interviewing men because it actually hurts us than them.
This makes me wonder if women have ever been happy and fulfilled in these marriages. If our mothers, our grandmothers, our great-grandmothers, if the women of old were ever happy in these long marriages that people tend to glamorize. Because how come the moment women got education, the moment women were allowed into the workforce, the moment women were allowed financial independence from men, the first trend we start seeing is that women are opting out of relationship with these men. The moment our survivor is no longer tied to being attached to a man, we decided that, oh, we don't really want to be with men, period.
Most women are choosing to stay single now is because the only thing a man used to provide them was money. And now we're making more than them. Now we're more successful than them. Most single women that I talk to desire emotional maturity, care, respect, और वही चीज हम दे नहीं पा रहे. Even back in the day, respect, care, it wasn't there. Being emotionally available for your partner wasn't there. Oh, well, I'm providing for you and the family. What else do you need?
Day in the life of a selfish woman. I'm 32 years old with no desire to get married or have children, and people often ask me if I met the right person, would I change my mind? The answer is no, I won't. Not wanting to be a mother has less to do with finding the right person than it does living a life free from avoidable stress. Although the thought of trying to co-parent with a man where I have to shoulder the majority of the emotional and physical labor sounds like a nightmare. No one is immune to life's challenges, but at 32, I finally feel like I'm at a place where I can do what I want, when I want, without answering to anyone, and it feels fucking awesome. Having a child would completely change that, and for what? Being a mother is really hard, and I don't want to work hard. The idea of hard work has been glamorized by the institutions and people, mainly men, that benefit from a woman's labor the most, so I'll gladly take the easy way out if it means I don't have to stress about raising a child in a broken system that only rewards the smallest subset of the population if they fit neatly into a mold. And even then, what's really the reward? Most people don't have the privilege of self-actualization because they're forced to live paycheck to paycheck, grinding away at unfulfilling jobs for just a few weeks of freedom a year, if they're lucky. If I ever do choose to partner again, that person will share the sentiment that being a selfish woman isn't a flaw. It's a conscious rejection of the societal expectation that women must sacrifice themselves for others to be worthy or valuable, and being selfish is a wonderful thing a woman can be.
I love when I see these videos of these single and child-free women online because it shows us that the media have always been lying to us. Society have always been lying to us. Women do not all of a sudden turn bitter, miserable, unfulfilled cat ladies when they decide to opt out of marriage and giving birth to children. Children and marriage is not the thing that makes women fulfilled because society have been on this campaign, media especially have been on this campaign to portray women that are single as these miserable, bitter people. And we are not. These women are living happy, fulfilled lives, and I love to see them displayed on social media because this is breaking that myth of the bitter, miserable cat lady.
Women choosing to not partner or have children is a perfectly natural response to the lack of available acceptable mates. In the wild, female animals only partner with and have babies with the male animals who can put on a show, build and maintain a nest, hunt and capture food, and who can provide protection from adversaries. They don't allow man-made concepts like romance or finding their one true love cloud their minds and lower their standards. They choose the best mate for the job and the mate who is going to provide the best life for their offspring. For far too long, substandard males have had the privilege of partnership and paternity. Women are simply restoring natural order by rejecting inadequate mates. And most of y'all are inadequate mates.
I wanted to talk to you about your decision to remain single since your 40s. Have you ever regretted that?
Never for a moment. Never for a moment. It's not like it was a conscious decision that on February the 12th at 8 p.m. I sat down and I wrote down, I will never get involved with a man. No, it wasn't that way. It's just, in the course of my life, that was not an issue. It was simply ceased to be an issue.
Yeah. But the celibate part, was that a bitch?
No. Because, it's a law of physics that an object in motion tends to stay in motion and an object at rest tends to stay at rest. So, when you're sexually involved, you want more and you want more. And then when you're not having it, somehow it just, fades onto the back burner.
This is something that I love about social media because it affords us the opportunity to discuss with each other as women and the opportunity to see things that society and the media have kept hidden from us, that they have planned that, we should not see this because they don't want us to think that this is possible. This woman is a very elderly woman who has been single for decades and she has no regrets. She does not regret it. She's living a happy, fulfilled life. She is older now, but she's not miserable and unfulfilled and bitter like society and the media tends to make us want to believe. She's happy, she's smart, she's healthy, she's fulfilled. And social media have given us the opportunity to see that this is possible. This can be us in our old age, even if we choose to remain single.
Why is having a boyfriend embarrassing now? Because the women are evolving so much and the men are falling behind. Forget about a good man, even a normal decent guy is rare nowadays. I don't know about other countries, but in China, especially in the big cities, more and more women are choosing to stay single, not getting married, not having kids. I live in Shenzhen, half of my girlfriends are single by choice. They're very focused on proving themselves financially, physically, spiritually, mentally, all about having a great life. They're funny, kind, energetic, you just love being around them. But when you look at the men around us, at this age, if they are already balding or sticking out a beer belly, it's a win. And not to even mention the moment they start talking. It makes you wonder if this is 1949. And also, as someone who's being intentionally single, I have found so much joy and fulfillment in other aspects of my life. My family, friendships, content creation, career, traveling, time with my dog. Love comes in many forms. I don't believe there's something you must get through a specific man. So a few days ago, I was in Tokyo for the Oasis concert, and after that, me and my friends, we traveled to Mount Fuji, cycling around the lake. So looking at the beautiful scenery, I was thinking to myself how lucky I am to experience this with my friends. Life is great, but I never came across my mind, oh my god, I wish there was a man by my side. Like, it doesn't seem that necessary. So my approach towards dating and romantic relationship is very realistic nowadays. Unless being with a man adds significant value to my life, I think it's better for women to stay single.
I love to see my Asian girlies with their 4B movements or whatever they are choosing to do with their lives, because most part of Asia are still very conservative. Most part of Asia are still very patriarchal. But these women, despite how patriarchal their society is, despite the fact that feminism is not widespread in those societies, they are still choosing to remain single. They are still choosing to go for 4B movement. They are still choosing to take powers into their own hands. And I cannot help but support them. I love to see those women winning.
Reasons why I just love being single. 1. If I wake up at 3 a.m. and I want to drive somewhere and get me a freaking hot little snack, I don't gotta tell nobody. I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go. Number 2, if I want to pop, lock, and drop it in the street, who's gonna say something to me? Nobody. Number 3, I don't gotta do this. Can I? Will I? Do you mind? Can I do this? Why don't you like them? Absolutely not. No, because you know who I answer to? Right here. This girl. Number 4, I'm sleeping peaceful. Peaceful. Nobody done made me mad other than maybe my kids. But I'm not going to be up wondering if they're going to text me. I'm in a relationship with my dang self. I can't get into feelings about myself because I'm me and I'm awesome. Last but not least, number 5. Don't gotta mess with anybody else's parents. Just your own. And I know for sure my parents love me. Don't gotta question it. Rock on.
You're 30 and still not married with no kids? Well, girl, it's because I'm too busy traveling in Switzerland, living my best life, while you're sad and judging other people in your room. I have no man, no kids, nothing to worry about. We're going to skin prep with this gorgeous view. Literally looks like green screen. I still can't believe people have this mentality because are you living in the 1950s? Because what is going on? Oh, yes, girls, look at that glow. Girls, I'm sorry, but it is sometimes so obvious when people are jealous of you. Also, look at this foundation sunscreen. It's literally white, but when you rub it, it turns into a foundation shade. Magic. As a queen once said, get money, stay pretty, handle your own business, enjoy life, stay sexy, and don't give a fuck. Thank you for listening.
Honestly speaking, these men are desperate to see us single. They are desperate. They are just salivating at the idea of seeing us single. And whenever they see us happy, fulfilled, living our best life on social media as single women, they are so bitter about it. We are not the bitter ones, honestly. They are the bitter ones. They are so bitter about it. And they come under this women's comment section, dropping bitter comments in their comment section. These men really desperately want us to be miserable. Yes, they want us to either be with them or be miserable. They don't want us to be single and happy at all.
So yeah, I'm 53, completely single by choice, and also no children by choice. Love my life, have incredible friends, and travel is the secret to my happiness. I do not wait around for some man to show up to travel with me or to explore places with me. I do it on my own and have so much fun. And usually take friends with me, meet friends wherever I go. It's the secret to my personal happiness. So if you're out there whining and complaining that you can't find a guy and your life is not worth living, then you better knock it off and rethink the way you're living your life, because you got one shot, babies. So have fun and enjoy it while you can, single or not.
It is better to be single than be with a loser. Let me repeat that. It is better to say, I am a single woman, than be with a loser saying, I am with a loser. Okay? Now, a lot of these guys will tell you in the comments, well, that's why you're going to be single. Well, if you're the only option presenting themselves to me as if you're the prize and if you're the target, then yes, I will be single on purpose. If you are optioning yourself to me, because I didn't even look in your direction, sir, you are not the target. So a lot of these guys are so used to me shooting them that they obviously mistake most women as desperate. Okay? A woman is not desperate to quickly get with any type of loser who can't pay the bills, who can't impress her or do anything.
And Shirasel is right, because what our options as women today, our options are either be with a man that takes from you and offer you little to nothing in return, or you should be single. So women are choosing to be single, but these men do not still want to leave us alone. They are still running around us telling us, oh, you're gonna be miserable if you're single, you're gonna be bitter, who's gonna take care of you when you're old. Don't worry, we'll take care of ourselves. All this money we are making from our careers, they are going to take care of us when we are old. Leave us alone. We love being single.
Why are more and more women choosing to be single and not in relationships? Let's talk about it. My friend said it best. She said, women are now becoming the men that they wanted to date and couldn't find. And I sat there and listened to that and I went, oh my God, it's true. So what does she mean by that? And basically, in essence, what she means is we've learned how to take care of everything. Like, we don't need you. It'd be nice to find somebody that you want, but the quality is just not there anymore. I heard another woman say, the most tears that I have ever cried were because of a man. The most depressed I have ever been was because of a man. Think about that for a second. Guys, what are you doing? So it's amazing to watch the ladies on this app or the ladies that I talk to that are not accepting the bare minimum, that are doing things for themselves and are happier and more fulfilled than they have ever been in their entire lives.
I made a video that went viral recently about how women are prioritizing peace over low-grade, low-effort relationships with men. And the number one comment that I got from men was, well, fine, if you can live without us, we're just not going to protect you anymore. So first of all, who exactly are you protecting us from? Is it Sarah that we're afraid is going to break into our home and assault us? Or is it men? Is it men that you're protecting us from? Secondly, when women say that we'd rather have peace and safety, we're not talking about physical safety. We're talking about emotional safety. The reason there is an epidemic of lonely, depressed men is because women would rather be alone than in an emotionally unsafe relationship. I feel that we're in emotional danger when we can't be vulnerable and express how we feel. We're being constantly criticized or put down or ignored. For all the men run to the comments and say, well, we want to be valued too. Yes, you deserve that. But why are 72% of divorces initiated by women? And why statistically are women thriving in singledom and men are not? It is because women en masse are willing to put in the work, be self-reflective, and do what it takes to show up, and men simply are not.
When you sit and you think about who benefits more from relationships, who benefits more from marriages, from heterosexual relationship, it is obviously men, but society do not want women to know that. Society wants men to think that, oh, you are going to benefit so much from this marriage or relationship with a man, in order to kind of prompt women to enter into this relationship. Because if the truth is being told, more and more women are going to want to be single. And that is the thing with social media. Social media is exposing the truth. Government and main media are not as able to control social media as they are able to control like main media platform and the narratives that main media platform are selling to women. So now that social media is enlightening women and women are not saying that, oh, I'm not benefiting from this marriage, I'm not benefiting from this relationship. They are saying that, oh, I'm going to be the one doing most of the emotional labor, most of the household chores, most of the child rearing if we have children. I'm going to be the one doing almost all the work in the relationship. And this man is going to be expected to do little to nothing. All he's expected to do is provide and protect. And let's be honest, protecting, who isn't protecting us from, like she said, it's not protecting us from Sarah, which is funny because my name is Sarah. It's not protecting us from other women. It's protecting us from other men like himself. And if we are to be honest, although men in general are dangerous, but funny enough, men, your significant other is more dangerous than other random men. Yes, you are more likely to be killed by your significant other as a woman than by a random ass man out there. So are they really protecting us? And when it comes to providing, let's be honest, women are not expected to provide just as much as the man in the home. In some cases, we're even expected to provide more than the man. Yes, in black societies, not just in the black American societies, Africans, let's come and gather here, particularly Nigerians. Let's be honest with ourselves as women. Ask your mother, ask your grandmother, who was really the one providing in that household? Who is the one providing in that household? Have you noticed that we will see our mothers, our grandmothers were selling things on the street, selling things in the market. We have a term called market women, not market men. These women are the real breadwinners. They are the real holders of the economy of the country. They are the real people that are selling in the market, starting up businesses, bringing money into the household. But most of these women do not claim that breadwinner title. Yes, they will go out to work, bring the money, but they want their children to be under the illusion that, oh, your father is still the provider. That's why many girls, even till today, they are still under the illusion of, I want to find a provider. I want to find a provider like my father. Check very well, was your father really a provider? My only joy is that thankfully now our mothers are actually opening up to us. They are telling us the truth. We're actually seeing the truth that no, our mothers were always the providers, and now we are also expected to be the providers. So we're seeing that these men are not going to be protecting us. They are actually the ones that are going to be putting us in the most amount of danger. They are not providing. No. Instead, we are the ones that are expected to be the providers. And we're thinking, what do we gain from this relationship with men? Nothing. Okay, what do we give to the relationship with men? Oh, free labor, free emotional care. We are a therapist, we are a secretary, we do the cleaning, the cooking, we give birth to his children, we take care of the children, we raise the children. The children will bear that man's name, even though we are the ones that birth them, raise them, do everything to make them who they are. And we're saying no. We're saying no, we're checking out, we're saying no. We're saying, I'm out. And you cannot really blame us. You cannot really blame us for it. But society is always finding a way to blame women for everything. They are finding a way to blame us for the birth rate crisis. They are finding a way to blame us for male loneliness pandemic. They are finding a way to blame us for everything. It's not our fault. These men need to focus on their own problem and solve their problem by themselves. They do not expect us to just be rehabilitation centers for these men, and these men will come up with all their problems, and then women are expected to rehabilitate these men for society. Thanks for staying to the end of the video. Remember to give it a thumbs up if you found it interesting, and subscribe to the channel to support me. Also, don't forget to check out these videos in the playlist right here. Bye.